Harrison. In the book you write, what happened within the Republican Party in 2016 was a repeat of the rise of National Socialism in the 1920s and 1930s in Germany. You're arguing that the Republican establishment's acceptance of Mr. Trump echoed the German establishment's acceptance of Hitler. What are the parallels you're talking about here?
Yeah, it's interesting. For a long time, there was sort of a trope that anytime you compared anything to 1930s Germany or World War II, it reduced it to, sort of absurdity. But I take a very different view because I think the parallels are striking. What happened in Germany was that the ruling class, mostly Prussian aristocrats, realized that they had lost touch with the working class. And they thought that they could control Hitler, that he would be someone who could connect them to the working class and take them into power. And it's really exactly what happened with the Republican Party. Mitch McConnell said that he was confident that Trump would change, that they would change Trump, that they were the mainstream conservative and Trump would adapt to that. And it just proved to be incredibly naive, and it's still playing out. And every chance the party has to turn against Trump, they go in the other direction, and they embrace him more.
There are some along the way who've rung the alarm, so to speak. That like Mitt Romney, for example, whose campaign you ran in 2012. He criticized Donald Trump, but then he later considered joining his cabinet. So you can't really argue that some folks didn't see the danger. Is the story here that they just chose to ignore it?
It's a fascinating question because it is very difficult to find anyone in the Republican Party who will say in private that Donald Trump was a great leader, that Donald Trump is someone that they admire on any sort of personal level, and yet they've basically turned over the party to him. And I think that what happened here was that Donald Trump, in some sort of animal instinct, realized that the Republican Party ultimately did not believe in all the things that we had said that we believed. What we said were values turned out to be marketing slogans. And that he realized that if he could give the party power, the party would go along with whatever he wanted. And that literally is what's happened now. And it's extraordinary. I don't think we've seen anything like this in American history, just a complete collapse of a party. But it's the reality. It's the world that we live in, and it's not going to change. He's probably going to be the nominee, and there's a good chance he'll be reelected president.
You do talk